Hey everyone, it's Larry from SurvivalScope. You know me, always prepared, always looking ahead. And right now, I'm looking straight at the future of our food security. And let me tell you, it's time to get serious about stocking those pantries. Winter is coming, and you know what that means. It's time to stockpile. We've seen the headlines, we know the uncertainty in the world, and the best way to protect ourselves and our families is to be prepared. A well-stocked pantry is peace of mind, folks. Today, we're diving into the top 20 versatile foods you need to have before the next food shortage hits. These aren't just random picks, no sir. These are carefully chosen for their shelf life, their nutritional value, and most importantly, their versatility. We're talking about foods you can use in countless ways to keep your meals interesting and your family fed, no matter what comes our way. So, buckle up, grab a pen and paper, and let's get you prepped for anything. First up, we're talking protein, and when it comes to long-lasting, versatile protein, you can't beat freeze-dried meats. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Larry, freeze-dried food? Isn't that just for astronauts? Let me tell you, that's old thinking. Freeze-dried meats have come a long way, baby. The taste and texture are better than ever, and the convenience? Unbeatable. We're talking beef, chicken, pork, even fish, all perfectly preserved and ready to go at a moment's notice. Just add water and bam! You've got yourself a protein boost for any meal. Toss it in a stew, sprinkle it on a salad, or even snack on it straight from the bag. The possibilities are endless. Plus, freeze-dried meats can last for years if stored properly. So you can buy in bulk and rest easy, knowing you've got your protein covered. Remember, in a food shortage, protein sources are going to be like gold. Don't get caught empty-handed. Stock up on freeze-dried meats and stay one step ahead. Next up, we're diving into a pantry staple that's as budget-friendly as it is nutritious: canned beans. Now, I know what you're thinking. Beans? That's a little too simple, isn't it? Hold your horses, folks, because beans are a survivalist's secret weapon. We're talking black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, pinto beans. The variety is endless, and so are the ways to use them. They're packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients, making them a powerhouse of nutrition in any situation. Canned beans are incredibly versatile. Toss them in soups and stews for added heartiness. Whip up a quick and easy salad, or even mash them for veggie burgers or dips. And the best part? They have an incredibly long shelf life, so you can buy them in bulk without worrying about spoilage. Remember, in a pinch, you can even eat canned beans cold right out of the can. Talk about convenient. So stock up on those beans, folks, and thank me later. All right, folks, moving on to number 3 on our list of must-have foods before the next shortage: powdered milk. Now, I know what you're thinking, Larry. Powdered milk? Really? When those grocery store shelves start looking bare and fresh milk is long gone, you'll be glad you had some. It takes up less space, lasts longer, and you can make as much as you need. It's versatile for drinking, baking, cooking, and adding to coffee or tea. Store it in a cool, dry place to keep it fresh. You might even reach for it when the shelves are fully stocked. Let's talk canned vegetables, folks. Fresh is great, but in a grid-down scenario, you won't always have that luxury. Canned veggies lock in vitamins and minerals at peak freshness. Green beans, corn, peas, carrots, you name it. They're ready to add color and nutrients to your meals. No washing, chopping, or peeling required. With a little creativity, they can taste pretty darn good. Canned vegetables are versatile, packed with nutrients, and have a long shelf life. Stock up on a variety of canned veggies. Your future self will thank you. All right, folks, let's talk about a true pantry staple: the backbone of countless cultures and cuisines, rice. This humble grain has been feeding civilizations for centuries, and for good reason. It's affordable, versatile, and stores like a dream. We're talking long-term food security here, folks. A well-stocked supply of rice can provide you and your family with countless meals, even when the going gets tough. And the best part? Rice is incredibly easy to prepare. Whether you prefer the classic white rice, the nutty flavor of brown rice, or the aromatic jasmine variety, cooking rice is as simple as boiling water and adding the grains. No fancy equipment or culinary skills required. just good old-fashioned sustenance that will stick to your ribs and keep you going. But don't let its simplicity fool you. Rice is anything but boring. It's a blank canvas for flavor, ready to soak up whatever spices, sauces, or ingredients you throw its way. From savory stir-fries and hearty soups to flavorful pilafs and exotic curries, the possibilities with rice are truly endless. So, do yourself a favor and stock up on a variety of rice. White rice for its long shelf life, brown rice for its added nutrition, and maybe even some wild rice for a special occasion. Trust me, when the unexpected happens, you'll be grateful for every single grain. All right, folks, let's talk pasta. This right here, this is a pantry staple, a survivalist's best friend. Why? Because it's cheap, it lasts forever, and you can do a heck of a lot with it. I'm talking spaghetti with tomato sauce, creamy Alfredo, mac and cheese that'll make you want to slap your mama. And don't think you're limited to just Italian either. You can use pasta in Asian stir-fries, throw it in soups for some heartiness, even bake it into a casserole. Trust me, when the grocery stores are looking bare, you'll be thanking your lucky stars you got yourself a good stockpile of pasta. Now, when it comes to choosing your pasta, there's a whole world out there. You got your spaghetti, your penne, your macaroni, your fusilli, the list goes on. My advice? Variety is the spice of life, even when you're eating for survival. Get yourself a good mix so you don't get bored. And don't forget the sauce. A little bit of sauce goes a long way in making that pasta palatable. You can make your own from those canned tomatoes we talked about, or stock up on some jarred varieties. Just make sure you check those expiration dates, folks. We want this stuff lasting us through the long haul. Now, some of you might turn your noses up at canned fish, but let me tell you something. In a survival situation, you can't be picky. Canned fish, my friends, is a goldmine of nutrition. We're talking protein, omega-3 fatty acids, the good stuff that keeps your body running like a well-oiled machine. Tuna, salmon, sardines, even anchovies. These are all excellent choices to have in your prepper pantry. Tuna salad sandwiches, salmon patties, sardines on crackers. The possibilities are endless. And don't forget about canned, smoked oysters. A little fancy maybe, but they'll add a burst of flavor to your survival meals. One of the best things about canned fish is its shelf life. You're talking years, folks, years. Just store those cans in a cool, dry place, and they'll be good to go when you need them most. No refrigeration required, which is a lifesaver when the power's out. So next time you're at the grocery store, don't just walk past that aisle of canned fish. Stock up, my friends. Your future self will thank you for it. Okay, folks, let's be honest, a survival stockpile shouldn't be all beans and rice. We need a little sweetness in our lives, even when times are tough. And that's where dried fruits come in. Nature's candy, I call it, packed with flavor and energy to keep you going. We're talking raisins, apricots, dates, figs, cranberries. The list goes on and on. Each one bursting with vitamins, minerals, and natural sugars to give you a much-needed energy boost. Plus, they're lightweight and compact, perfect for packing in a bug-out bag or storing long-term. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dried fruit can get a little, well, chewy. But that's an easy fix. Just rehydrate those bad boys in some water for a few hours or even overnight, and they'll plump right up. You can even chop them up and add them to trail mixes, oatmeal, or baked goods for an extra dose of flavor and nutrition. And here's a little tip from yours truly. Save those little silica gel packets that come in shoe boxes and other products. Toss a couple in with your dried fruit stash, and they'll help absorb any excess moisture, keeping your fruit fresher for longer. Remember, folks, every little bit helps when it comes to long-term food storage. All right, preppers, moving on to number 9 on our list of must-have foods for winter, peanut butter. This isn't just a tasty treat, folks. It's a survival staple. Packed with protein and healthy fats, peanut butter can keep you going when times get tough. Think about it. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter contain around 8 grams of protein. That's a significant boost when you're trying to maintain your energy levels in a crisis. Plus, it's shelf-stable, meaning it can last for months, even years, without going bad. You can store it in your pantry, your basement, even a cool, dry spot in your bug-out bag. Now, peanut butter is incredibly versatile. Obviously, it's great on bread, crackers, or even straight from the jar. But you can also use it to add flavor and protein to smoothies, oatmeal, or even stir-fries. Get creative in the kitchen. Remember, in a grid-down situation, every calorie counts. Peanut butter is a calorie-dense food, meaning it packs a lot of energy in a small serving. That's crucial when food is scarce, and you need to conserve your energy. So stock up on peanut butter, folks. Your future self will thank you. Number 10 on our list might surprise some of you, but trust me on this one. It's oats. That's right, those humble little flakes are a powerhouse of nutrition and versatility, making them a must-have for any prepper's pantry. First off, oats are incredibly affordable and readily available. You can find them in bulk at most grocery stores, and they store well for long periods. We're talking months, even years, if stored properly in airtight containers. That's peace of mind right there. But the real beauty of oats lies in their versatility. Sure, they make a hearty and warming breakfast, perfect for those chilly winter mornings, but you can also use them in baking, from cookies and muffins to bread and granola bars. They add a wonderful texture and nutty flavor to dishes. And don't forget about savory applications. Oats can be ground into flour for thickening soups and stews, or used as a binder in veggie burgers and meatloaf. They're a true multitasker in the kitchen, which is exactly what we need when resources are limited. Let's talk about comfort food, folks. When the wind's howling outside and the power's out, nothing beats a warm, satisfying bowl of soup. That's why number 11 on our list is canned soup. Now, I know what you're thinking. Canned soup? Really, Larry? But hear me out. Canned soup is convenient, affordable, and surprisingly versatile. It's a pantry staple for a reason. Plus, it requires minimal cooking, which is crucial when you're conserving fuel or dealing with limited cooking facilities. Think about it. You can stock up on a variety of flavors: chicken noodle, tomato, vegetable, the list goes on. This provides some much-needed variety in a long-term emergency situation. And don't forget about the nutritional value. Many canned soups are packed with vegetables, protein, and essential nutrients. But the versatility of canned soup goes beyond just heating and eating. You can use it as a base for stews and casseroles, stretch a meal by adding it to rice or pasta, or even create a quick and easy sauce. Don't underestimate the humble can of soup, folks. It's a true survival essential. Now, we're moving on to something that's not just practical, but downright delicious. Honey. This stuff is nature's own energy booster, packed with natural sugars that can give you a quick pick-me-up when the days are short and the nights are long. But here's the real kicker. Honey has an insanely long shelf life. We're talking years, folks, even decades if stored properly. Think about it, a natural sweetener that never goes bad? That's a survivalist's dream right there. You can use it to sweeten your morning oatmeal, bake up some tasty treats, or even add a dollop to your tea to soothe a sore throat. Plus, honey has antibacterial properties, which can come in handy if you're dealing with minor cuts or burns. Now, I know what you're thinking, Larry, honey's expensive, and you're right, it can be. But here's the thing, a little goes a long way. Plus, consider it an investment. You're not just buying a jar of honey, you're buying peace of mind, knowing you've got a natural sweetener that'll last you through thick and thin. So stock up on honey, folks, and add a touch of sweetness to your preps. All right, folks, let's talk flour. I know, it doesn't sound as exciting as some of the other items on our list, but trust me on this one. Flour is the backbone of a well-stocked pantry. When the grocery store shelves are looking bare, you'll be singing the praises of this humble ingredient. Why? Because flour is incredibly versatile. We're talking bread, biscuits, pancakes, tortillas. The list goes on and on. These are comfort foods, folks. The kind of things that can boost morale and keep spirits high when times get tough. Plus, baking with flour can be a great way to pass the time and create a sense of normalcy during an emergency. Now, there are different types of flour out there, but for long-term storage, you'll want to focus on white rice flour or wheat flour. These varieties have a longer shelf life than whole wheat flour. Store your flour in airtight containers in a cool, dry place, and you'll be good to go for months, even years. So don't underestimate the power of flour, folks. It's a pantry staple that can make all the difference when it comes to weathering a storm. Now let's talk about a real nutritional powerhouse, lentils. These little legumes are packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients, making them a fantastic addition to any survival stockpile. And the best part? They're incredibly affordable and have a shelf life that'll make you smile. We're talking years, folks. Years of shelf-stable goodness just waiting to be unleashed. One of the things I love most about lentils is their versatility. You can toss them in soups, stews, salads, or even use them as a base for veggie burgers. They're like little chameleons of the culinary world, adapting to whatever flavors you throw their way. Plus, they cook up relatively quickly, which is a major bonus when you're working with limited resources. Now, there are a few different types of lentils out there: brown, green, red, black, each with its own unique texture and flavor profile. I recommend stocking up on a variety to keep things interesting. Store your lentils in airtight containers in a cool, dry place, and they'll be ready to nourish you when you need it most. So don't underestimate the power of these tiny legumes, folks. They're a true survival superstar. All right, folks, moving on down our list, we're landing on number 15, canned tomatoes. Now, I know what you're thinking, Larry. Tomatoes? That's your big survival food? Hold your horses, folks, because canned tomatoes are a pantry powerhouse. Canned tomatoes are like chameleons in the kitchen. You can toss them in soups and stews for a rich base, simmer them down into a zesty pasta sauce, or even roast them up with some herbs for a flavorful side dish. Canned tomatoes are packed with lycopene, a powerful antioxidant. We're talking heart health, immune system boosting, even some studies showing it might help protect against certain types of cancer. You'll be thanking yourself for having a stockpile of this versatile, nutritious, and downright delicious pantry staple. Now we're heading into superfood territory with quinoa. I know some of you might be thinking, Larry, quinoa, that's a little too fancy for a survival situation, ain't it? But quinoa ain't just some trendy health food. This ancient grain is a survival superstar, packing a nutritional punch. Quinoa is a complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids. It's loaded with fiber, keeping you feeling full and satisfied. And it's versatile. Cook it like rice, add to soups, or make porridge. Quinoa is a survival superfood that deserves a prime spot in your pantry. All right, folks, let's talk about canned chicken. I know what you're thinking, canned chicken? That stuff's drier than a popcorn fart. But hold your horses, it's a survivalist's secret weapon. Mix it with mayo, celery, and onion for a classic chicken salad, toss it in soups and stews for a protein boost, or shred it up for tacos, quesadillas, or pasta dishes. It's a protein powerhouse, lean and muscle building. So next time, grab a few cans. Trust me, you'll thank yourself. All right, preppers, let's talk about a breakfast staple that can be a little tricky when it comes to long-term storage. Eggs. We all love them, but those fragile shells don't exactly scream shelf-stable, right? That's where powdered eggs come in. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Powdered eggs? Larry, are you sure about this? Trust me on this one. Powdered eggs are a game changer for your prepper pantry. They're shelf-stable for years, meaning you can buy them now and forget about them until you actually need them. Plus, they're incredibly versatile. You can use them for baking, scrambling, or even in a pinch for breakfast when you're running low on fresh food. Now, let's talk about taste. I'll be honest, powdered eggs won't win any awards for being identical to their fresh counterparts. But with a little finesse, you can make them surprisingly palatable. The key is to mix them thoroughly with water or milk before cooking. And don't be afraid to add in some extra seasonings to really boost the flavor. Remember, in a grid-down scenario, every calorie counts, and powdered eggs are a lightweight, compact way to pack in some serious protein and nutrients. So don't knock them till you try them. You might be surprised at how handy they can be when other food options are scarce. All right, folks, moving right along to number 19 on our list of must-have foods before the going gets tough. Nuts. Almonds, cashews, walnuts, pecans, the whole shebang. These little guys are nutritional powerhouses packed with protein and healthy fats. A little goes a long way. Just a small amount on your oatmeal or salad can make a big difference. Properly stored, nuts can last for months, even years. And don't forget about nut butters: peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter. They are excellent choices for seniors. Spread them on crackers, use them in smoothies, or just grab a spoon. Nuts, a small but mighty addition to your survival pantry. Don't underestimate the power of these little guys. All right, folks, we're coming down the home stretch now, with just one item left on our list of essential foods to stockpile. And for number 20, we're talking comfort food, pure and simple canned chili. They're a lifesaver when the weather's cold, the power's out, and you need a quick and easy meal to warm you from the inside out. Now, I know what you're thinking, Larry. Canned chili? Really? But let me tell you something. When you're hungry and resources are scarce, you ain't gonna be picky. Canned chili is packed with protein, fiber, and flavor, and it can be eaten hot or cold, straight from the can, or doctored up with your favorite toppings. Plus, it's shelf-stable, meaning it'll last for ages without taking up valuable space in your freezer. So don't underestimate the humble can of chili, folks. It might not be fancy, but it's reliable, it's filling, and it'll stick to your ribs when you need it most. And there you have it, folks. 20 versatile foods to stockpile before the next food shortage. From protein-packed, freeze-dried meats to the comforting warmth of canned chili, these staples will keep you and your loved ones fed and fueled when times get tough. Remember, being prepared is not about living in fear. It's about taking control of your destiny and ensuring your own well-being. Now, I know what you're thinking, Larry. That's a lot of food. Where am I going to put it all? And you're right, building a proper stockpile takes time, effort, and a bit of planning. But trust me, it's worth it. Start small, gradually adding a few extra items to your pantry each week. Focus on shelf-stable options that require minimal preparation, and don't forget to rotate your stock regularly to prevent spoilage. Remember, being prepared is key to surviving and thriving during tough times. It's about having the peace of mind knowing that you and your family are ready for whatever life throws your way. So don't wait until it's too late. Start building your stockpile today and face the future with confidence. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more survival tips and tricks from SurvivalScope. Stay safe, stay prepared, and see you next time.